Okay, good evening. This is Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. It is time now for Coach Big Pete's watch list, class of 2020, version 2019. Going to be doing two classes, wide receivers and tight ends. Not that many tight ends. More tight ends to be added. Again, more names will be added monthly. Make sure you fill out the Deep Dish Football recruiting questionnaire. Quick reminder, Deep Dish Football recruiting seminar free at the Westmont Library. You have to RSVP. Email me at coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. And if you like my work, feel free to leave a tip/donation via PayPal or Patreon account on the bottom of this video. If you have not, I know some are going to get some complaints. Well, where's this guy? Most likely that person is on the athletic video for athletes. So be sure you check it out on the athletes. So don't send me a tweet, where's this guy? I got to tell you, he's in the athlete section. So please understand that. Okay, let's get started. Wide receivers first, class of 2020. Myles, Pettaway of Waubonsie Valley, long frame again, good hands. Another big name wide receiver again, tall wide receiver. A lot of colleges are very interested in him. A lot of Big Ten universities looking at him too. And they got a few schools on the East Coast interested in Myles Pettaway as well. Definitely wide receiver you want to check out. On the rise, Kentrell, Beck, Shelbyville, one of the top wide receivers in the state, was injured last season, but is another big name, has had interest from Big 12 schools and Big 10 schools as well. Deandre, Holliday, Willowbrook, he's going to be named on a little bit of a riser list. Keep an eye out for him. Deandre Holliday, very fast and in good hands as well. Kaevion Gaines had a big game last season to put himself on the list. Very, again, good in the middle, can play any spot at the wide receiver spot, especially with the X at the X and Z spot as well. He's definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for. Kaevion Gaines, Belleville East. Anthony Sambucci, we talk about wide receivers from Lemont. He is the next great one to come out of Lemont. Definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for. Good hands as well. Very crafty and underrated speed. Deshun, Britten out of Morgan Park, lean. Good hands again. Great arm length. Can get that ball. Definitely kid you want to keep an eye out for. Deshun Britten, Morgan Park. Devontae Woods, Bremen is another kid, same as Deshun Britten. Deshun Britten of Morgan Park is definitely a big name wide receiver. He's on the rise. Deontay Woods is going to be another kid on the rise as well. Definitely kid you want to keep an eye out from Bremen. Kaevion Mack, next big player to come out of Peoria. Definitely kid you want to keep an eye out for. Again, good hands, soft hands, gets it up there. Very technical wide receiver. He's going to be sort of a playmaker for Peoria. Next one, Drew Jenkins out of Crystal Lake Central. Got those balls really good. Did a good job of making. He actually, you can see some of the plays where he didn't even catch the ball and the coverages that he split for his wide receiver. But he's definitely you want to keep an eye out for. Drew Jenkins of Crystal Lake Central, good hands as well and good length. Jaylon Tillman, Plainfield North. As I talk about Plainfield North, yes, they got the speedy guy too. He's on the athletes. He's unbelievable. But Jaylon Tillman is another kid you want to keep an eye out for. Plainfield North's got two good wide receivers. Definitely kid you want to keep an eye out for. And Jaylon Tillman can split the coverages in good hands as well. Jacob Paradee put up some big numbers at Central A&M. Definitely a small school kid you want to keep an eye out for as well. Very on the short side, but when we talk about small schools and we talk about those short kids and those wide receivers, they're tough SOBs. Simple as that. And he's one of them. Jacob Paradee, definitely kid you want to keep an eye out for. Another one who I like because of his technique, Anthony Passarelli out of Huntley High School. You want to keep an eye out for this kid. This is going to be another late rising wide receiver you're going to see in the spring and in the summer. Jaleel Payne out of Kenwood. He's this big star wide receiver for this year that you want to talk about out of Kenwood. Definitely, the kid's a playmaker. And Coach Turner has done a wonderful job with his wide receivers. And Jaleel Payne is one of them. Owen Hickey, St. Viator, underrated kid. Again, good frame, good hands, runs crisp, clean routes. Definitely kid to keep an eye out for as well. Brendan Contreras, Hinsdale Central, another big wide receiver out of Hinsdale Central. Keep an eye out for him. Very tall, very athletic. Again, Hinsdale Central. They at least have one good wide receiver every year, and he's going to be one of them. Brendan Contreras is definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for. Rashik Charlie from Stevenson, so the best hands in the state. I consider him the best hands in the state. He's going to be the next big wide receiver for Stevenson. Definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for. Landon Harbin, tall target. He's a riser. He could be one of the best wide receivers in the state, one of the top 5 wide receivers in the state. He's going to continuously rise. Very tall, lean, gets up there, gets to the ball like it's nobody's business. I like the way that he squares off with DBs. He's definitely a kid to keep an eye out for. Jaden Thompson is the best wide receiver in the state of Illinois. I don't think anyone can argue that. I think that it's between him and Leon Paul of East St. Louis. But Jaden Thompson is another kid you want to keep an eye out for. Fast, he can do it all. He is a special player out of Marist. Sean Larkin, Nico Valley wide receiver. He's done it all for Nico Valley. He's definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for as well. Again, another wide receiver out of the Nico Valley area that can do it all. And can be put in any spot, and they can maximize their offense to potential with Sean Larkin. Nate Mersch out of Montini could be wide receiver, could be tight end. Tall, lean, gets the job done. Red zone threat. That's all you got to say. He's definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for, as I talked before. Leon Paul Jr., East St. Louis. East St. Louis, you got basically a wide receiver factory, and he's the next big one. Has made a name for himself since his freshman season. Him, Jaden Thompson, Kentrell, Beck, they made a name for themselves in the early years, and they've done nothing but impress people. Kentrell Beck is coming back from injury, but he's definitely one of the big wide receivers. James Piggot of Lake Zurich, another tall kid that I talked about. He is getting a lot of looks, got some offers. He's going to get more offers. Definitely a big name you want to keep an eye out for, especially from Lake Zurich. And James Piggot. Just making sure I don't miss any wide receivers' names that I have not talked about. No, and there's going to be more wide receivers that are going to be put on. Don't worry about it. Make sure you fill out the Deep Dish Football recruiting questionnaire, and I have your information. I'm expecting a few more wide receivers, especially out of the Phillips area and the Simeon area, to take a look at as well. All right, so let's get to tight end, shall we? Gotta get that done. All right, so let's get to tight ends. So for tight ends, this is a very small list. Even past years, this has been the smallest list. But I think more names are going to come. There was 15 names on this list 2 years ago, but they all left because they decided to go to basketball. And I understand, but come on, tight end, basketball, tight end, go with tight end. Come on, one of the most underrated positions. And again, I said if you get a good tight end, you can work wonders with a college football team. Drew Litzwig of Batavia, tall, very tall, good ability to block. Definitely kid you want to keep out for, but tight end, good hands. And there's also a multi-sport star. Trevor Borland, one of the top tight ends in the state out of Bolingbrook, also played a little bit defensive end, but Trevor Borland is a tight end. He's got some offers. Hunter Westlig of Lake Zurich, he's already got some offers. He's another big body for Lake Zurich. Lake Zurich's got some big bodies right now, but Hunter Westlig, you can see in the thing about what he did last season, especially for his quarterback. He is a special player, Hunter Westlig. Definitely kid you want to keep an eye out for. Next one, underrated name, might not have heard of it, Tyler Burris of Glenwood Zurich, tough-nosed tight end, basically. Gets the job done, does it all, multi-purpose tight end. Definitely kid you want to keep an eye out for. Austin Frederick, Metavelli, he is a beast. The kid's unbelievable. Just tall, good frame, good hands. Coach Parpett's going to work wonders with this kid. Definitely can keep an eye out for. Now, my next one is a wide receiver, but if he gets moved to the tight end, and if they get to work on him with his blocking, I've seen some of his blocks. They look good. Matthew Mangan of Loyola Academy is a kid you want to keep an eye out for. He plays wide receiver, but I'd love to see him at tight end. I think he can work wonders at tight end. He's definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for. He mostly matched out into that wide receiver spot, but I saw him a little bit at the tight end spot, especially a little bit at the H-back. He did a wonderful job. So definitely a kid you want to keep an eye out for. And Matthew Mangan from Loyola Academy. Again, if you have any questions, make sure I have your information. Fill out the Deep Dish Football recruiting questionnaire. And if you like my work, feel free to leave a tip or donation via PayPal or Patreon account on the bottom. Thank you so much, and have a lovely night.